Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Tvanvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunaraitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Namaste, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Good to see everyone. Please, you can comment your greetings in the chat. This is installment number 2 with Kalyan from, I believe, Tiruchendur. Is that correct?
Yeah, Tiruchendur.
Okay. Oh, Tiruchendur. Okay. So my pronunciation is also getting better, I know. And
Yeah, for sure.
so that's great. So this is part 2. So we met a couple days ago for part 1, and Kalyan shared his experience of growing up in and around Tiruchendur in the deep south. This is almost as far, very south as you can possibly go on the Indian subcontinent. This is further south than the north point of Sri Lanka. And so we got to learn about the Nellapar temple, which was awesome. So if anyone is interested at all in temple deities and the incredible feats of architecture and manifesting temples, or anything about carving or artistry, definitely just check out our previous video. We actually had a lot of fun discussing and sharing about the musical pillars and the basically impossible carving that was carving sort of like this, these rudrakshas into stone, literally at this scale too, just like almost an inch across, how they could have possibly done that. So we had a lot of fun talking about that. And we spoke about Kalyan is age of 19 at this point, and he's a university student. And he grew up in and around Tirunelveli, which is this incredible temple. And so he was sharing sort of his Adi Shaivite bringing up, and a lot of it was, you know, he's of younger age, and he was extremely casual about talking about we grew up around the temples and the deities this and the pujas that and the stotras, and so, you know, coming from North America, we don't even know that those temples exist. We don't have any idea what a deity is. I mean, in general, a lot of people never seen that before, never seen that scale, never seen that kind of stone, never experienced that place, no idea about it. And that's one of the things also, is that Indians and Hindus in India, you know, a general average Hindu, you know, may not know this, that the rest of the world doesn't know that these things exist. They don't know the magnitude, the scale. They don't, we don't have any idea. And so there can be a general sort of complacency amongst Hindus that sort of taking it for granted and not recognizing its importance and that sort of thing. So anyway, so we sort of had to press Kalyan a bit about some of the things, because it's extremely profound, although it was a sort of daily part of his life. And so Kalyan also shared some of his experiences of Indonesia growing up, and how in school the teachers would give essentially a derogatory interpretation of a lot of the Hindu scriptures and meaning of actions that deities had taken in history, or for example, Lord Ram, and the intention of telling that he had ran away from Ravan and the sort of derogatory interpretation and reluctance of Hindus to even talk about atrocities and even current atrocities and attacks against temples and Hindus, that for some reason we should not talk about it. It's dangerous to talk about it. So we covered a lot of those different things. We heard a little bit about how Kalyan and his father actually had been initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and how they had gone to Adi Kailasa campus, the Adinam near Bengaluru, and we heard a little bit about that. Not too much more. We'll hopefully not too much. Hopefully, we will definitely at some point get more into that also, and more into the experience of Indonesia and how it exists. And those are probably a couple of the things we'll discuss today. And so we welcome everyone and thank you again for being here. And please share your comments, questions. We've been getting a super response on multiple social media platforms of these sharings and talks that we've been doing. And so we're really excited to continue. So thank you, Kalyan. Welcome again. And you can just go ahead and I guess share anything you'd like to share.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, yeah, for having me here. So yeah, we was looking on the past and the experience of this outer world. So let's dive into the inner world. So it was at the age of 11 or 12 I met Swamiji. I mean, I heard of Swamiji, and my father was he went to Swamiji beforehand, and he got the Guru Puja initiation, and he got all those puja kits that Swamiji offers for free to all the devotees who are getting initiated. So my father was one of them, and he went on to get the initiation and got the puja set, and he came back home, and he came back with the iconic photo of Swamiji sitting below the banyan tree, which I think most of us have seen at least once. So so he took that photo and he came home and he started doing puja, and when I saw that photo, at first I was like, okay, so I have met this guy somewhere, and I got this sort of connection. I don't know who he is. I don't even know Swamiji's name back then. So and also my father bought a Rudraksha mala, like a small mala, and he gave it to me, and he asked me to wear it during school and all those things. So, he said this was personally energized by Swamiji himself, and if you wear it, you can really feel the power by expressing it. So it was back then when I was not even initiated by Swamiji personally. So he gave me this mala, and he said wear it during the tuition hours and school hours and all. So I wore it, and I went to a local class, and there was a test going on. So as I was traveling during the study hours, so I was not prepared for the test. And when I went there and started looking at the question paper, and I just started writing the answers, and all of those answers turned out to be correct. And I was like, okay, so how do I know this? And then when I came back from the class and I asked my father how this can possibly happen, and he said maybe it's because of the Rudraksha mala I gave you. So I was like, okay, so, and that was my first power manifesting experience. And so I was strongly inspired by it. So after 2 years, I went for a 2-day class. It was called
Sorry,
NG.
what age was that happened?
11 to 12. It was at that age.
So what happened? What happened? You didn't, what happened? You didn't, you hadn't studied the content, or you didn't know the
Yeah,
content, or what?
yeah. So I don't know there was an exam, and naturally I didn't study for it because I was traveling. So I wasn't studied, and I don't know the exam even existed. I mean, the exam is going to come, so it was a surprise test, if we can name it. And after that, I started writing down answers, and when the evaluation came, it was all correct.
All correct, 100%?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
So, but you had studied the content previously, though.
No, it was a surprise test.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so
and it was a language test. That's the main thing. I mean, it's not some kind of subject or maths or science. It's language test. So over here, they would gradually move, gradually increase the levels of hardness in this language examinations. So what I was writing was the first level examination, and during the teaching hours, they were like, okay, first we look into grammars and then into words and all those things. So yeah, the level was quite hard because I don't know, they taught it, and yeah, so it was a surprise test.
hmm. Okay, great. So how do you know it was power manifestation?
I know now because now Swamiji is explaining a lot about power manifestation, right? So at that time I don't know it was a power manifestation. I thought it's a miracle.
Okay.
And as I grow up, as I came to know about all these Shaktis, I came to know, okay, I did power manifestation beforehand.
So why did you think it was a miracle? What made you think, what made you think it was there a miracle happened? Why?
Yeah, so the reasons would be like, first, I didn't study, and second, all the answers turned out to be correct, and
Hmm.
third, I was wearing that mala that my father gave from Swamiji. So yeah, naturally it has to be miracle, right? I didn't study, and the results were 100%. So it can't be something like a fluke, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
So it was like a grammar test or what?
Yeah, I'm not sure of what test it is, but it's an language test,
Hmm.
and it was maybe explain these words or all those type of questions. A three-liner question.
Hmm. So you felt it was like, so when you were writing it, um, did you know that you knew the answers, or
No, no,
like
no.
were you?
I
Yeah.
was I read the question, I wrote the answer, and the answer came out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, so we have to do something on this test. So let's write down what comes to the mind.
Hmm.
And when I wrote it down, I don't know it would be a correct answer or not. And they gave the evaluation, and it turned out to be right.
Really? Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of the things that happens, especially with young people, when they get initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, into the third eye Shaktis, is especially with young people, because they have very less incompletions and they're very sort of open and innocent. Yeah, what happens is strong intelligence just immediately starts manifesting through them. So,
Yeah, and this was not just a Swamiji directly initiating me. He gave the mala that he energized, and it was like some remote connection.
mm.
So yeah,
So mm. He gave the mala to your father, or?
yeah, he gave mala to my father, and my father gave it to me, and it started manifesting.
So did Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, do you know, did he know that the mala, I mean, did your father tell Swamiji that the mala would be for you?
No, no, no.
Mm.
He just he bought the mala and he asked for blessing, and Swamiji said tatastu, and he bought it back.
Okay, super. Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so great. Continue.
So yeah, so this was the first inspiration, and then after a few months, the engineers program was started for kids. So my father took me there to Adi Kailasa, Bangalore, and at those times, they just for 2 days they would try to implement to the kids that what are these greater sciences of Hinduism can be used in your daily life. So if I remember correctly, there were like hundreds of kids sitting there with me, and all of them were separated into groups, and they were like making paintings of Shivalinga, drawing mandalas, all those sort of things was happening. And on the evening of that day, um, we went to meet Swamiji. He was taking a class to some thousands of people in another area. So we all went there, and the moment I saw Swamiji, I got some energy. Like I was like literally dancing. And usually I am an introvert, so
Mm.
I don't know. I don't like to speak much. So, but at that moment, I saw so much of energy I got, and then later I came to know that even by seeing Swamiji, you get a lot of Kundalini energy. So, and then I realized, okay, it is because of that Kundalini energy was I was dancing and all. So all of us were standing in line, and we were about to reach to Swamiji, and Swamiji was happy seeing all of us coming there and getting initiated. So when it was my turn, I just went to Swamiji and bow down, and he blessed me, and he put his finger on my head, and he blessed me, and we came back. And from that time till now, I can feel a sort of vibration in the I mean, what do you call the third eye point, right? So it was from there. I mean, maybe more than 10 years. Even now, if I just sit and focus on that area, I can feel the same vibration I had. So so it was like I mean, I know maybe in future I will have the same experience. So this was the second inspiration, and then again after 1.5 years, I went back for to same in Genius program, but it was 4 days, and it was at this program I came to know about all the powers that Swamiji was giving out, and the Shiva Diksha, Visesha Diksha, and all these Dikshas. So on the first day, all students were assembled, and Swamiji was telling, start manifesting, and he was not given us initiation, right? So he just said, start manifesting. And what I saw is many students, they just blindfolded themselves and started telling the shape, colors, etc. before initiation. And after that, Swamiji called all of us and started initiating. And after this, people started reading text, and reading the messages in the mobile phone, and it went to next level. So this was the third inspiration for me to start manifesting powers.
Mm.
So as I saw people manifesting powers, I saw, why not I do it. And then I asked Ma Advait. She was the head of Gurukul at that time, and she instructed me to start manifesting. Don't question it, just do it. And okay, I thought, okay, let's do it. And there was just a small gang. We 4 members from Tamil Nadu, and we were started to manifesting everything. And then she called and asked for reading the mobile messages, and we all did. And then she took to the stage where inner awakening was happening at that time, and we all manifested the powers in front of all of those participants. And one of the participant came with his own mobile message, and he asked to read it, and all of them read it correctly. So he was blown away. And so before this there was some I was feared that would Swamiji be there sitting in the stage, and I don't know why I got that feeling, because naturally, if I think now, if only if Swamiji is there in the stage, I would get some kind of inspiration. But at that time, I was feared that would Swamiji be there? Would he notice us? All those questions were there. And after the manifestation session, it was all gone. So yeah, and this was happening for the 4 days, and we took Shiva Diksha. And after Shiva Diksha, we came back again home, and again I went after 1 year, and again the same happened for 10 days.
Mm.
So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot. We need to go into what you're saying as manifesting powers, because I don't think people grasp really what that means. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, sure. Sadashiva in the Agamas give 400 plus powers, which is Shaktis, not Siddhis. So what he says is that each individual is capable of manifesting all those powers. So what it means is, you can read blindfolded. I mean, you don't need these 2 eyes to see this world. You already having you all the beings have intra organ called third eye. So people don't necessarily need these 2 eyes to see the world. So they can see the world without these 2 eyes. So that was the core concept. And so on top of it, there are many powers. So some of them are like body scanning, which is scanning people's body and telling what diseases they have, if they have. And next is healing. So after identifying diseases, you naturally tend to heal, right? So you can do it with third eye. And uh, then other levels are like materialization, moving objects without touching them. So yeah, so it goes on.
Okay, how is this possible?
So yeah, there are 2 ways. One is you trying yourself, which we can't assure, and the other one is Swamiji initiating you. So this is the simplest and most safe way.
Okay, okay, Swamiji. Okay, so Swamiji. Okay, by Swami. Okay, when you say Swamiji, please just tell us who you're talking about.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam is who I call Swamiji.
Hmm. And you're saying he's initiating. Can you tell what that is, please?
Yeah. So again from Agamas, these powers can be transmitted from avatar to other beings. So what Swamiji essentially does is, he as his incarnation, as we know, so he just gives us the diksha, which is like, he just takes his thumb and puts on your third eye point. It doesn't necessarily mean he should do it, but as a general way, he does this to every people. And so after he touches, and you just start manifesting it.
Okay. 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 You have said he's incarnation. What is that, please?
Yeah. in Hinduism, gods come in the form of human being. So in this timeline, uh, Swamiji Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam is the human form of Paramashiva.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, um, okay. So that's quite a lot. You're saying, okay. So yeah. So you're saying what happened that you went to a program in Bengaluru Adinam, and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, initiated people largely by touching his thumb to their third eye. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean it not necessarily that way, but he does to everyone.
Okay. And then these people were able to manifest these powers you're talking about that include like the ability to read with their eyes closed and see messages on inside someone's phone
Yeah,
without seeing the phone, and to
it
move
can happen.
objects.
It is happening in live daily. If you go to the official page of SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, and you can see Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul doing it daily. Even if you want body scan, which is scanning your body for diseases, you can ask them in the live chat and they will do it.
Okay, so that is so okay, that's in the Facebook and YouTube, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay, so that would be the YouTube. The YouTube is Life Plus Foundation or
yeah, Nithyananda
Nityananda,
TV.
pretty sure, right?
Nithyananda TV. Yeah,
Nityananda TV. Okay, and Facebook, you can go facebook.com/Paramahamsa
Paramahamsa
Nityananda
Nithyananda.
and
Yeah.
youtube.com/Life Plus Foundation. Okay, great. I mean, personally, honestly, I would like. I have more questions about this. What you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. It's a. I don't know what to say. It just kind of sounds unbelievable, I guess.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. It's true.
Okay. And then other than that, there is sort of a question. Pretty sure you mentioned like you mentioned that there's a that it's you mentioned that this is a spiritual science.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about that, actually.
Okay. So it's as we define science, it's replicatable in every part of the world, right? So what Swamiji offers is not just limited to their balasans or to initiated people. The only rule that the only condition is you just need to be uh, connected to him. That's the only thing you need. So any person or any being, even if he or she or it connected to Swamiji, it can manifest it, and it's happening every day. That's the live proof we can have. So so the science essentially means is that you manifest the state, space, and powers of Paramashiva directly. So yeah, that's the whole crux of it.
Okay. Okay, coming from even a Western perspective, there's a lot of questions about, you're saying gods or Paramashiva. Yeah, this idea that somehow you can access gods, and then even what is Paramashiva. Yeah, those questions are there. Is there?
Yeah. So from the time Paramashiva manifested, so it's like in Hinduism, gods are like your friends. They are accessible easily, and it's like a call apart. They are, so you can just close your eyes and just ask, please manifest this, and they really manifest it. So that's how in Hinduism we are connected to God. It's not something like you need to do a lot of tapas to attain it. It's not that difficult. It's just your feeling connection that matters. So what I define as per Paramashiva is the primordial divinity that exists in each being. It's not a separate entity, right? So I can Paramashiva himself declares as I manifested to celebrate me. So what it means is he is inside of us to celebrate his existence. So that's how he defined himself. So yeah.
Okay. Can you tell more about? You're talking about gods as friends. Can you tell more about what what is gods? What is a god? Can you tell that?
Yeah. So God is a vaguely equivalent meaning for Bhagavan in Sanskrit. I mean, if we want to equate a meaning, I mean, the God as per Hinduism is totally out of words in the Western perspective, if I'm right. So, I mean, can you repeat your question? I just need some more clarity.
Yeah, I'm just curious about God. What is God? You're talking about gods. Gods can be your friend. I just I'm more curious about what is a god? What are you talking about?
Okay. So let's go by the definition they give themselves, right? So let's take the example of Paramashiva. So he says, I am in all of you and you are in all of me. Okay, so what he says is
So
that
sorry, who's Paramashiva?
Paramashiva is the primordial deity in Hinduism. So he is Lord Shiva.
Yeah, okay. I remember one time I asked someone, because I was trying to figure out I was at a yeah, I asked someone one time because because these experiences were happening in one of the programs with the Supreme Body of Hinduism, and I was
Okay.
trying to, it was totally, I couldn't explain, I just couldn't, it was, yeah, so many huge things were happening in the program. And I remember I asked one person, I just said like, I was trying to figure out what was going on, like, couldn't explain what I was experiencing. And I was trying to put it in perspective. And I said to one person who was there, his name was Vinod, and I just said like, I don't like who, because I literally in the program, I literally asked the question to Swamiji. I literally wrote it down, and it was read out. It was, can you tell us who or what you are? That was my question. Because before the program, I thought I knew, okay, he's a guru. That's okay. But then the experiences, and he was guiding the experiences, and it was so unexplainable, and so you couldn't grasp it. It was like even mystical is a good term. It was out of, it was out of this world. It was just, and I was just like, I couldn't really grasp what was going on. And so I asked this one person, because I was just trying to figure out what's going on. We're all here and everyone is in the program and going along with it. And everyone's sharing their experiences and they're having similar experiences. And it seems like, there's the one guru who's making this happen because he's the only one who seems to know what's going on and he's making it happen. And I just like, okay, like, who is he? What is he? What's going on? And so I asked this Vinod, I said, hey, who is Swamiji to you? And he said, he's Lord Shiva to me. And I had never heard that word before, basically. Never heard the word Shiva. And so I didn't have any idea. I didn't know that was a being. I didn't know that it was represented in any way as a god. I didn't know that what he could look like. I didn't know that there was Tandava. I didn't know that he danced. I didn't know that he had jatas or big hair. And so I just said, what's Shiva? And then he sort of just told me, I don't know, he told me what he told me. But anyway, so that's it. So that's it. So there's this, because there's the questions about how can you have a relationship with God? And even so, how is it possible, for example, that someone or a guru or someone could make miracles happen at will, along with your decision, like, for example, right, your decision or your request that right now a miracle should happen. How could God be so sort of like programmable or controllable or usable? Like that is it sounds kind of like using a computer. It's like, it's so predictable. Like, how could miracles be so predictable and programmable?
So to define what do you call as God, so we can go back to Lord Krishna's time. So I was hearing this story where Lord Brahma came to meet Krishna in Dwaraka, and the gatekeeper was there, and the Lord Brahma asked, please let me in. I am here to meet Krishna. So the gatekeeper went in and told Lord Krishna that Lord Brahma came to visit you. And Lord Krishna asked, which Brahma? So the gatekeeper took that question and told to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma was astounded, asking, what he mean by which Brahma? I am the only one here, right? So, and he said, okay, tell him I am the four-headed Brahma. And the gatekeeper went in and told to Krishna, and Krishna allowed to come, let him come in. And when he came in, he asked Prabhu, what do you mean by which Brahma? And Lord Krishna said, you are not the only Brahma here. And after he said, Lord Krishna called each and every Brahma in each and every universes. And all of them came to Dwaraka, and Brahma was awestruck. And he saw Brahma with 5 heads, 25 heads, 1,000 heads, billions of heads. And all of them paid their respect to Lord Krishna, and they went back. And he asked, Prabhu, who are they? Where are they from? And Lord Krishna said, you are not the only Brahma, and this is how I created this whole universe. And it's more like a whole multiverse. And So to put it in a nutshell, it's like the god, they know whatever is happening is destined to happen. It's like they wanted us to manifest this power in order to experience gods in us. Can you get that?
They wanted us to manifest this power in order to experience God's in us.
Yeah. I mean, as humans, we would be, we just think we are just humans. We are not something big. Um, we are bound to this world of materialism, and it's in the very nature of human beings, right? So to break that pattern, we are manifesting powers to tell ourselves that we are not just bound by this materialistic world. We can go beyond this and we can attain super consciousness, which is the God state.
Yes. Okay. Right. So what you just said is that we are manifesting powers to realize that we're not just these small humans.
Yeah.
So that is a very profound concept. So
It may be hard to grasp it, and it's not just limited to any one of us, right? It's to all. I mean, anyone in the world can do it. It's just a matter of feeling connection. So it's there is no big thing here. It is for all.
good. Okay, now, but you need to tell more about this because you're saying we are manifesting these powers, or that's what you're saying. You're manifesting these powers to recognize that we're not just limited as humans.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the power manifestation is happening to teach us that we're not only humans.
It's not just that. It's teaching us that we are not we are beyond this frame.
Right. Exactly. You're saying this power manifestation happens to
To give a new context of us to ourselves.
right, exactly. So you're saying the purpose of this thing is happening is to give, yes, new context, but in a sense bigger context or something. So you're saying the purpose is to sort of raise our perception or awareness of what we are.
Yeah, kind of. What I would say is, um, in our self, in the subconscious, we just don't know the fact that we are Paramashiva. Let's say there is a possibility that humans can fly before 1980s or before the plane was invented, right? We can fly, but we just not yet reached the stage where we can use all those resources to fly. It's somewhat similar. We know that we are Paramashiva, but in order for us to get it settled within our system, we need all these kinds of manifestations to happen. It's more sort of experience within self.
Right, exactly. So what you said is before humans, for example, before humans manifested flight, the ability for them to fly existed.
Yeah, it's just they don't know that. I mean, see, our bodies are capable of dealing high heights, right? If our bodies are not capable to go to to digest some height altitude, we wouldn't be able to even fly. But after even if we found a way to fly, if that ability to digest the altitudes was not there, we would have dropped that idea, right? So it is like it is possible, and then we just don't know it.
Right. So exactly. So you're saying, right. So then going back to the power manifestation, you're saying that happens to awaken humans to themselves as something bigger than just the human frame.
Yeah. Yeah, even Swamiji himself in the satsang told the single-celled organism, amoeba, it just transformed itself to fish, and it was transformed to monkey, and all those evolution was there. But we humans have been in this humanized form for more than thousands of years, right? So it is time we should get the next jump. We should unlock our you know, greater possibilities. So to unlock those, we can start manifesting these. It's not just limited to one of a thousand. It's for all. Just like how evolution is for all, this manifestation is also for all. It's just that we don't know it yet.
Mhm. Okay, good. So you're saying humans are supposed to evolve into or evolve into something else. So what are they supposed to evolve into?
Yeah, to the next level, divinity.
Divinity. Okay. 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 Alrighty. So okay, good. So that is that. Then good. So then you said, good, let's go back to good. Let's take a small step back to what is a god, and you were saying what is Paramashiva.
So yeah, so it's a big context, but to say it simply, as he defines himself. So he just says, "I am in you." That means we are Paramashiva. So the the argument ends there. It's just you are Paramashiva and I am Paramashiva, and who are all watching, you are also Paramashiva. It's that. You don't
Hmm.
need any more definition for it to understand it.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Then you're saying, all right, then what about if you're saying gods? So what is a god then?
Um, Maybe I can frame it as the humanized word of Paramashiva.
Hmm. The what? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, maybe I can frame it as a humanized word. I mean, humanized meaning for the ultimate consciousness.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So you're okay, good. So you're saying we that somehow a connection can happen between us and what you're saying as gods, and
I mean,
somehow.
it is always happening.
Hmm.
That is the key context. I mean, it is always happening. It's just we don't feel it yet. I mean, if we focus on that part of connection, we can feel it immediately. It's just we are ignoring it. I
Okay.
mean, like the definition of God differ from each one of us, right? Because of the experiences we had. So it's more like you have to experience to understand what the higher self is.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is the higher self?
Again, it comes to Paramashiva.
Ah. Okay. Okay. And then what is that?
So yeah, uh, it's like a being which can help us grow and which is ourself. It's like this loop. You help yourself to become a better version of yourself, right? So it's the same logic.
Okay. And you're saying that this divinity or this higher self, uh, that it's an improvement from it's an improvement on the on him on just on being human. It's an improvement on that.
No,
And
it's not an improvement. Let's say, let's take the analogy of a game. You go from level 1 to level 3 and so on, right? But if you stuck on level 5, it doesn't mean the game ends at level 5. There are some other levels which you have to go in order to find the end part of the game. So it's like we are in the human level, and to experience the final part we have to evolve to understand that environment.
hmm, okay. Okay. So okay, good. So this okay, so you're saying we're able to get we can we can get what is called initiated, uh
Yeah.
and then we have the ability to use sort of superpowers, what most humans would say are superhuman powers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So okay, then and then okay, so then you were at some programs where this was happening, and so your father had a gotten a mala energized by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism,
Yes.
and you wore it, and then you wrote an exam, and you somehow got every question right, even though you hadn't prepared or studied, and you felt like that was a miracle, like you felt like that wasn't going to happen. Um, then you went to a program at Bengaluru Adinam with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and got initiated into manifesting power, or you got the he touched his thumb to your third eye, and it
Yeah.
energized the Trinetra, the
The
brow
third
center, the third eye,
Anya Chakra.
Anya chakra, and you felt that energy, and you can still feel it till today, and you feel like it will always be like that forever. And that was your second sort of experience of power manifestation, and that. Then you
Yeah.
went to another program, um, and you're manifesting powers, and that was another level of your experience of the power manifestation.
Yeah. So it's
Great.
not just for me. If you call all of those people who came there, each of them have their
Yes, you were a little bit slow. We missed the last half of the sentence you said. You said there's a lot of people there, and it can happen for everyone. And now your internet may be slow, but you can speak, Aya. We can hear you.
oh, Nithyananda, am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, speak.
Let's see.
So
Yeah. So yeah, each of them have their own experiences that we can go on, enjoying. So it's even by hearing all these things, sometimes you start manifesting it. So it's not more like you manifesting or manifesting it. It's more like Swami himself manifesting. So that's what the idea of manifestation. It's not just um, um, or you are manifesting. It's Swamiji who is manifesting. If we got that context, we can manifest even more. That's what Swamiji said himself. Or,
right. Yeah, see, that's the thing. These are extremely profound and important aspects. So talking about them and exploring them and explaining them in different ways is very beneficial, because if we're able to make these things, because a cognition, because this is the beautiful thing is and this is part of the spiritual sciences, Sanatana Hindu Dharma and Vedic science, is you can take, and it's like yoga is a it's a mapping of consciousness, like the Patanjali Yoga Sutras from 5,000 years ago. That's only when yoga got written down. So even the Vedas Agamas tell that Paramashiva revealed yoga the most recent time, 60,000 years ago. But only then Patanjali was having it written down, codified 5,000 years ago. And so that is what Patanjali is doing, is this is a written document. So this is a mapping of consciousness. It's a map of your consciousness. So these are sort of different dimensional sciences. So these are the kind of things that people need to get oriented towards, because people will know a map that if I look and if I put gasoline in my car and I follow this line, I'll get there. What people need to learn is, here's my life. And if I do this and consider this and implement that, that makes my life like this. So this is sort of the science. This is the mapping of consciousness, that you have a consciousness, like you have an awareness, you have an existence, you have a life. That thing, there's a science to using that. There's a science to creating cloth. There's a science to creating kumkum. There's a science of how the light comes on your retina and you can have these images. There's a science to your life. Science to your life. the science through emotions. That's why chakras, because each one is associated with an emotion, a basic one of 7 basic human emotions, because all the humans have these emotions. Humans have things in common. We all have human body. It's all a temporary connection with the human body.
Yeah,
And
power manifestation is one of them. One of the common things humans have.
okay, great. See, that's what's so great is when especially when old souls and young bodies get initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, their clarity is such on a different level than regular humans. They don't actually realize the profundity of that. Like Kalyan, your understanding of this whole thing, this system of God and Bhagavan, Paramashiva, and this, even also because you grew up with it as a living experience, and like you're like, yes, casually I went to Tirunelveli temple, Naliapar temple, once a week. People don't even know that exists. They don't even know temples like that exist, but they've never seen them. So that's what the profundity of that is huge. And so yes, so that is that. And yes, so this is the thing that we have the opportunity, and that is is one of the things Hindus are missing. Hindus will think that Hindu religion is it's a nice it's a nice thing. It's nice. It's like any other religion. There may be some good things, maybe some bad things, and it may be useful in some ways and all this. But what Hindus miss is like a lot of things is the spiritual science, because it does feel a little bit life negative if there's not a solution, an implementable solution to your life. So anyway, it's like, that's what, if people are stuck with emotional problems or mental problems or relationship problems, family problems, and they are not able to find a way out, or the way people will live, right, is they will just accept that, yeah, I just have some relationship problems, we just have some family problems, I just have some more thoughts than I want to, I just have emotional mood swings, like, and they'll just be like, that is just a fact of life, everyone has it, that's just the way it is, all of the humans have it, all humanity has it, that's just the way it is, that's what life is. That is how most every so that's what, so Kalyan, that's what the experience is that you have about that it doesn't have to be that way, like you're saying this for everyone, and so that is extremely important and extremely profound, and it needs to be broken down, but it needs to be repeatedly presented to people and reminded to them and presented in various different ways, and for every part of their life, their exercise, their sleep, their diet, their relationships, their work, because all those are different aspects of people's lives, and they need solutions, and they need to practice again and again and again and again for it to become part of their life. So so anyway, so that's all. So great, so those are some of the things you shared. And so then you said you went back after you had the 3 experiences you talked about, with the miracle with the mala and the exam, the third eye initiation, and seeing everyone manifest powers, which you didn't explain too much, but you said people were moving objects and reading texts from inside of phones that they couldn't see. So all these things sound, impossible. So yeah, okay. So then, okay, take us to wherever you want to take us next.
Yeah. So I think I should go to the moving objects part. It's somewhat interesting, and the body scanning part, which even I myself experienced to be too good. So in the ashram, we were scanning each of our body, like from the participants, we just go sit to a random person and start manifesting powers for 21 times. Why 21 is because there is something called Trinetra Tilak. It is like what Swamiji himself said is that if you manifest a certain power 21 times consistently, it becomes a part of your system naturally, so that you just can go out and manifesting it. You no don't need to practice too much. So we were manifesting all those powers, and I was manifesting the bottom maybe. So the Balasan was asking each of us to manifest whatever power you want. So each of us took different powers. I took the body scan, and to go to 20 participants and order and myself and manifest it. So we all went and manifested 20 people, and there were people all those times. So what it the idea is, if you got something wrong in the middle, you have to do it again, so that it sits on your system perfectly. So we were doing again and again, and it went up to 20, and we all came back for the 21st time to tell to manifest with the Balasant. So Balasant is people, I mean children studying in the Gurukul of Swamiji in the Kailasa. So for it is my turn. So I started
Okay, it looks like Kalyan has gotten a little bit frozen. So yes, so he's sharing about a initiation, spiritual initiation with Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, third eye initiation, and he was speaking about Trinetra Tilak. So Trinetra means third eye, and the Tilak is the application of the different materials onto the generally the third eye. And so when you get, yes, Kalyan, go ahead and speak.
yeah. So shall I continue?
Yes, good. I was just recapping. And so good. So you were saying that you were in the process of manifesting. You have a Trinetra Tilak. There's initiation into Trinetra Tilak, so that you're able to wear a special kind of tilak, which essentially is not just a circular one, but extends upwards also.
Yeah.
So you can get initiated, blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Guru also. That so he's obviously Guru, and so that you can wear that special kind of tilak. If you successfully manifest a certain power 21 times in a row without fail, without any mistakes, without any misses, and you were going into that, you were doing that process, and that is what you were telling us about.
Yeah. So I will continue. And so it was my turn to manifest the power of body scanning to the Balasanth. And I just closed my eyes and asked Swamiji, what is the problem this person is facing, if at all they are facing. And what he said is, the person is having some stomach issues. And when I said it to her, and she said, okay, can you please do it again? And with questioning myself, I just did again, and it came back the same. There is a problem in stomach. And she again said to me,
Okay, so
yeah.
okay, she said to you, yes, again, second time you heard, you got from Swamiji in third eye, you heard that you were told, revealed that there's a stomach problem. Okay, and then?
Yeah. So again, she asked me to redo the same power. And I mean, as it's second time, I had some doubt. And what I decided is, okay, let it whatever be, we just sit and receive what Swamiji is telling. So with that context, I just closed my eyes, and I didn't even ask anything. And suddenly Swamiji just like, I felt like Swamiji was pressing my throat. There is some kind of touching sensation in the throat. And I thought, okay, there may be a problem in the throat of the Balasanth. And I said it to her, and she said, yeah, that is the exact problem I was having. So yeah, this was the 21 times Trinetra Tilak happening in Adi Kailasa. So this it gave me so much courage to do it again and again. And then after doing 21 times, that's when I realized, okay, Swamiji was telling us to do 21 times to make us courageous to do it again and again without having doubt in the manifestation. So after this, we went to many places over here, and people would call Sangha to ask for manifesting, I mean, scanning bodies, finding how any diseases they are having. People would ask. So we would go all over these places and do all these power manifestations. So we do it each time again and again. It gets so strong that you don't even need to focus so much to get it, to focus so much to manifest it. It just becomes the natural way of your life. That is the main context Swamiji was telling. He even said, I will make third eye more common, right? So he's making it. He, like, in my case, he's making manifesting these powers more common than going to other scans like CT scan or whatever. Even day-to-day life, I would scan my grandmother and my mother for the health issues and all. So yeah, so it's happening day-to-day life.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it's just great. You have so much clarity about it. I'm just trying to it's like a lot of times I just want you to repeat things because it's extremely important, and I just feel like the more that people can sort of sit with what's being said and what's being told, the more that people get the opportunity to sit with it and sort of recognize it again and again, it becomes more
Part of your life.
Yeah, and it becomes, yeah, exactly, and it gets reinforced in their consciousness. It gets there's more ways for them to remember, more ways for them to connect, and it becomes more part of them when they're able
It's
to
just
connect
like
with.
a computer, if you plug in a USB, you just need to tell it that there is USB, make use of it. It's just the same way. There is this power, make use of it. That's what Swamiji is saying.
Yes. Okay, super. Excellent. So we're almost out of time. So we'll bring this session to completion. So that was great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I feel like it's very enriching. And the whole spiritual science topic, because it's not only a topic, it's also a debate. And it's like amongst various religions, it's even, some people would look at as, blasphemous. Of course, those certain things we spoke about, that you can move from human to divine, that you can talk to God, that, gods can manifest through you. A lot of those things, there are certain religions that say that's absolutely, completely can never happen. And in a lot of ways,
It's some understanding they have, and it's the other understanding we have. It's like, um, yeah, let's say gravity was, people found gravity, the value of gravity in Europe, and after 10 years, people of America found the value of gravity. But it doesn't mean the value of gravity doesn't exist, right? So it's the same. People will understand in long run.
great. So, okay, excellent. And yeah, that's great. And so, yeah, so we discussed about the power manifestation, something about what is the deity, and you kept continuously sort of saying, it's for everyone, it's for everyone, it's for everyone. It's like, and it's not just it's like everyone can do it. And then yes, and again, then you also did emphasize that, like, also, like you said, the that it's just because people don't know something doesn't mean it's not possible.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that is also extremely important. And then you also talked about how humans need to evolve, like a singular cellular organism from an amoeba. They evolved through the tortoise and pig and up to human, and actually human needs to evolve from this sort of human mind mental level into that the consciousness, the intelligence, the divine, to, because we have that connection. So then you're saying we need to evolve. Humans have to take the next step. Humans have to take the next step.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Okay, excellent. Anything else you want to share now?
Yeah, if you want more clarity on this power manifestation session, there is happening daily in YouTube and Facebook. The link would be youtube.com/Nithyananda TV on YouTube, and facebook.com/Paramahamsa Nithyananda on Facebook. You can see, you can even interact with the Gurukul Balasans. You can get clarified by yourself, right? So it's just you just need to take one step, and he takes thousands of steps.
Yes, exactly. That kind of statement is a lot of people hear about that, The Secret. There's a book or a series called Secret or something, or like you attract the power of attraction and manifesting what you want. And so yes, that definitely does happen. It's that's what, when you connect with when you connect with your source, in that the source of life. So That source of life is a very powerful source. The source of all things, what is the source of everything, is a very powerful source. It's a very powerful source. So when you connect with that source more strongly and clearly, that source manifests more powerfully through you.
Yeah.
So when you use that power to set an intention of what you want to create in the universe with that life force, and it's aligned with what life wants, then naturally life says, hey, that person is creating the kind of things that I want to create. So life puts more of its energy towards you because you're fulfilling how life wants to fulfill. So these are some of the spiritual sciences. Okay, great. Okay, anything lastly, Kalyan, and then we'll complete for today.
Yeah, I think you just start your journey. That's the only thing I would like to say.
Okay. Great. So thank you very much, and we will complete today's session chanting Purna Mantra. So everyone, please close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breathing, and breathe as slowly and deeply as you can. So Purna Mantra is a manifestation of the oneness, Advaita. So the oneness manifests as all things, and all those things that seem as individual things, when they seem as individual things, they are still manifestations of oneness and still exist in the oneness. And when they cease to exist as seemingly individual separate entities, they return to oneness, and the oneness always remains as oneness, even when it appears as otherwise. This is one interpretation of Purna Mantra. Breathe as slowly and deeply as you can. Feel a deep sense of gratitude for whatever it is in your life, a master, teacher, guru. And we inhale deeply and chant loudly. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Parukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Kalyan, for sharing.
Thank you, for having me here.
Thank you so much. And we will see everyone again